All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dan's Woodturning. On today's episode, you see I got me a little branch up here, a little tiny one, and I'm gonna try to turn me a different type of candle on it, candle holder. We'll see. We got it at 1070, 1080. Yeah, we'll do it at that. So, mask and shield on, and let's get to see what we got. Tool to the tool rest, right it up to the wood and lift it back, and away she'll start spitting. Let me square off a tenon on here, just so I can put it on a tenon, and then see what we get to work with from there. All right, mask and shield on. And that's about as small as a tenon I can get. Let's see if it's even going to fit. If I'm going to have to do this between spindles. All right. Well, I'll see here. Yeah. I don't know, folks. This might be a spindle. All right, let me get this nub out of the way here. There's those scary sitting there in the way. All right. All right, that should do it for her. Yeah, bring it up now. So, the goal, let's see if I can get you up over here. Here we go. Okay, the goal is going to be where the gap is, to leave it, and then get as it comes closer, to thin everything down to here. And just leave a very small thing right like that. And then the top part here, I'll leave a seat in there for the candle. So that's the brainstorm I got. Let's see how that works. Right, you never know until you try. Right. There we go. Before we get to the traditional stuff, let's stay with the carbide for a minute here and see what I can get cleaned up over here. But I don't know if that tenon is going to do it. Let's go up a little. Let's go up another level. I want to try to keep that nub in here, part of the base. So let's go up a little higher here. Let's see. All right, we'll leave it at that and see what happens when I go to turn it around. Because I only need it just for a little bit, just to take the tap off. All right, let me get rid of the rest of this. Then this can be the base, which is what I wanted, kind of keep. And yeah, and then I can get in there and get all this off and just keep this part right here, leaving the base. Yeah, so I'll leave the base. So I'll start about here and just taking it up. Yeah, we'll see. It's always a good idea like that, but reality comes to play out the wall. All right, let me cut this thing out of here so I can get it moved up some here. Still gonna do that. Just gonna take it right here, self some leg, some foot room. So I'll take it right from here. That can be the base, and this will come in up that chunk there. I don't know. I know what I want it to look like. It just matters if I can get it there or not. But you know what? Staring at the dang thing ain't gonna make it move. So you're still recording here? Yep. Okay. All right. I got things set up here. Let's see what happens. If I can just get to that. I guess the effect that I need a branch that's a lot more whoopity-doo. But we'll see what we get out of it. We'll see what we get out of this thing. I ain't giving up. This is gonna be a decent candlestick. All right. Love the smell of burning wood. I wasn't gonna keep this, but it kind of looks cool. All right, let me just get a little something going down here for a foot. I don't know why. It's looking all right, but it just doesn't feel right. Something ain't right. I think if it sat here, it wouldn't be so bad. It's a little high. All right, let's see if I can get it out of there without destroying it. All right, let me get the rest of it off of here. And then I'll have a little. Now let's go drill that bad boy down. Got me a little bark up over here around it. So. That's it. All right, let's see how that goes. There you go. Should be nice and snug in there. And let's say snug in the bud. Really, the only thing I really need to do is just sand it down. Put a couple of burnt things up here, maybe. Well, let's see what I can do with this. I'm not busting anything up here. All right, there she is. Centered it up to 240. And I'm just gonna put a little Yorkshire grit on her and take it off and see what it looks like. All right, let's let that sit on there for a couple minutes here, and we'll buff it off and see what we got. Didn't exactly turn out the way I wanted it, but you know what? It turned out the way it was supposed to be. That's the way I look at it. So let's go ahead and buff this thing out. All right, let's see if she's ready. See how dirty she is. That's right. Those of you that's made it this far, appreciate a follow, you know. Give a little like, you know, if you liked it. Maybe even send me a comment. Tell me where you're from. Like I said, I'm just starting out with this, you know. I got a lot of different things to make and see and do and try and mess up, and some things will be better than others, and some things will start as one thing and end as something else. I've done that many a times. It's not too shabby though. All right, I'm going to cut that off the bottom here. I might need to bring it in a little bit so it doesn't rock. Famous words. One more. One last push. There you go. So what do you think? A little different. Stand up there okay, I guess. You know? Yeah, it's different. Quick and easy. All right, see you next episode, folks. Peace out. See ya.